I wasn't even gonna do a video, because really I'm waiting to see what else needs to be said that I haven't already said. But you know, I was looking into the Bible here, and Joshua 6:1 through 27, the verses, is all about the battle for Jericho. Do you know that God was the one that instructed Joshua? Like, he was his actual battle commander. So, if Joshua had all that faith in God as a leader, don't you think that later on down the road, when the beast makes a war on the saints, don't you think God will lead people when it comes to their self defense? If God led the Hebrews in their wars in ancient times against vile, wicked peoples that tried to annihilate them, don't you think in the end of days that God will lead his people in their own self defense? I believe that, you know? I mean, you look at King David versus Goliath. The odds of that, were just slim to none. And you look at Shammah, who defeated 800 Philistine aggressors with a simple farming tool in a lentil field, through the hand of Almighty God that empowered him to do such feats. Don't you think in the end times that God is going to lead his people in the right direction? That God's going to raise up mighty defenders among his people? I'm not talking about going out and doing any kind of aggression or anything. I'm talking about defeating aggression when it comes for you, stopping it cold in its tracks. Don't you think that God... See, God is the same then, he's the same now, and he will be the same in the future. So if God led his people in their righteous self-defense in ancient times, don't you think in the end times, when the beast makes his war on the saints, that God will lead his people again? I mean, it's just something to think about. I mean, I was reading, into those verses, and I just really thought about that, because God really will be a commander when it comes to self-defense. God will lead you, but you have to put all your faith in God, and you have to trust God, and you have to, ask God what you want to do. And God works through the natural. I mean, God uses people to spread information, to be watchmen. I mean, there's even some prophets out there. Few and far between, but there are some. And God works through people to accomplish all kinds of things. So don't you think that God will raise up mighty people in the end days to protect his flocks? Of course he will. Of course he will. He'll raise up Joshua's, Nehemiah's, and all the rest. May Yeshua bless and keep you always. Something to think about.